Hey everyone, sorry I couldn't be in class today. I had some other stuff going on, but today's agenda is going to be your lab safety quiz. We might get to some class rules / procedures. We're going to do our social contract tomorrow, and I'm going to have y'all get on Google Classroom. We're going to go through this lab safety lecture real quick, and you're going to take a quiz. As of right now, I don't know if that quiz is going to be on Eduphoria or on paper. You'll know on Thursday, but this is Tuesday, and I'm not sure if y'all can get on Eduphoria yet. So, lab safety, very important. Safety is the #1 thing. Always listen and read, not or read, and read instructions. And I say listen because I tend to borrow stuff from other places and change things up a little to fit what we have already lying around the classroom or what we have time for. So always listen to what I say and make the corrections on your paper. Wear safety goggles. When I tell you to wear safety goggles, wear safety goggles. Because I've known people to go blind or get bad skin reactions to things. We're not hopefully going to mess with anything too strong chemical-wise, but if we do a dissection, yes. Especially aquatic science, when we do dissections, you will need safety goggles. Heated materials. I don't think we'll really be heating anything that much, but when that comes around. Or glass. Ugh. I really don't want to be filling out the paperwork or picking glass out of anybody's body. So, be careful. Handle glass with 2 hands. Always tell me when you spill something. Always, always, always tell me when you spill something. Never try to hide it. Because A, I'll figure it out. Because I'm a lot more observant than y'all might think I am. B, y'all aren't that sneaky. After handling chemicals, always wash your hands with soap and water. After every single lab, we will wash down the labs, stations, and you will wash your hands because you really don't want to eat some of the things. Like if it's on your hands and you go to eat a snack later, you're going to get it in your mouth. And that's just, you don't want to eat chemicals. So always wash your hands. If you get chemicals on you like a splash, I would not say to always use soap. I will give you directions on that. Keep your hands away from your face. Yes, keep your hands away from your face. That's a good way to poison yourself. Tie back long hair. I'd say tie back any hair that gets in your face. Kind of make sure it's tied back. Wear a headband, ponytail, bun, whatever. Tie your hair back because I really don't want to deal with accidentally doing something to your hair. That's just some drama I don't want to deal with. Okay. Roll up loose sleeves. I'd say just don't even, if I tell you there's going to be a lab this week, don't even wear baggy clothing. Don't wear it. Don't mess with it. It doesn't mean show up to class naked. Just don't wear baggy clothing. Know the location of the fire extinguisher. We have 2 fire extinguishers in this room. One is near the microscopes at the back of the classroom near the labs. The other is by what is supposed to be our fume hood, vent hood thingamabobber. We don't currently have a fire blanket in the classroom, but we shouldn't need one. None of you should be catching yourselves on fire. We have an eye wash station. If I ever catch you touching it, man, you will be in the office, you will be in ISS for a while, you will be cleaning up the flooded classroom, and you will never do a lab in my class again. First aid kit, you are not allowed to touch it without me. I hand you the Band-Aids, I hand you whatever. I'm not allowed to hand you Neosporin or Benadryl, either it's the nurse. Now, if your mom wants to send Neosporin and Benadryl to school for you, that is great. You can keep it in the nurse's office. I can't hand it to you. But I control the first aid kit. Y'all don't touch it. I do. That's also a good way to go to the office, is touch the first aid kit without my permission. Keep your work area uncluttered. I know that I will work in tiles and I will have the most cluttered classroom, but keep your work area clean. You'll know where everything is organized. We're both going to try that this year. It'll be a work in progress. The thing with contact lenses, which we shouldn't have much of a problem, because if you're wearing safety goggles, that shouldn't be much of a problem. But if you happen to get anything in your eye, especially a chemical, it can, your contact lens can trap the chemical in next to your eye and not release it. So if I have to put you on the eye wash for your eyes, we got to take that contact lens out. Never put anything next to your mouth during a lab experiment unless I tell you you can eat it and we're doing some type of food lab where you're tasting stuff. We don't eat in lab. I'm halfway cool with snacking during class if it doesn't get out of control, but we're not on lab days. Clean up your lab area. If y'all so much even leave a little watermark on the table, y'all will be back there cleaning that lab top to bottom. We do not leave that lab messy. I'm not your mama and I'm not cleaning up after you. We don't horseplay. Good way to really irk me is to horseplay in class. You can ask other students that have me. I don't play when it comes to safety. We go back there, we do what we're supposed to, we follow the rules, and we come back out of lab. End of discussion. Let me know if I hand you dirty, chipped, or cracked glassware, because occasionally that does happen, and we just haven't cleaned out the glassware that well. Let me know, and I will dispose of it and give you new glassware, or clean it for you. Miss Mock next door has a glassware container. We will dispose of it in there, not in the trash can. We don't want one of the janitors cutting themselves, or not cutting yourselves, because I've seen some students dig some stuff out of the trash can, and I'm like, I don't know why. But, yeah, no, we don't want cuts. When pouring liquids into glassware, make sure the container you are pouring it into is resting on a table. Don't put things on the edge of the table is what that means. Don't put it where you know it could potentially fall. Make sure it's pushed to the middle of the table. If a piece of glassware gets broken, let me know. Let me know. I get to mess with the broken glass on the floor. It's okay if don't try to break something, but if something accidentally breaks because we all have slippery fingers and I've broken stuff, let me know. I'm not going to yell at you unless you threw it across the room, and then that's a whole different story. Do not glass, if it's really hot, can shatter if you try to cool it off too quickly. Also, don't touch hot glass without something to cover your hand with. But that will be per my instructions. Chemical safety, always wear protective goggles. We shouldn't be messing with anything that hazardous. Always follow my directions when mixing chemicals. I don't think we will, though. Don't taste anything. Please, for the love of all that is good and decent. If I see you putting anything in your mouth that I did not tell you to put there, oh, sweet baby Jesus, we will have problems. Okay. And if you need to smell the odor of something, we waft it. I know we all have allergies, and COVID has taken my sense of smell, so like, I already have a ruined nose. Don't stick things up your nose. It's not good. It'll burn your sense of smell, and you'll never be able to smell, and that's not fun. Okay, follow instructions. Follow instructions. That's the number one thing. Follow instructions. Follow instructions. And wash your hands, because chemical poisoning isn't fun, and that's a lot of paperwork that I don't want to have to explain to your parents or fill out. Okay, heating safety. Use tongs and protective gloves on hot objects. Never reach across an open flame. We shouldn't have any burners or open flames, but why would you stick your hand through fire? I don't understand that one. I don't understand why someone would do that. Always point the top end of test tubes away from you or away from anybody. Don't point it at your neighbor's face. Just point it away from everybody. Make sure that everyone's out of the way. But we shouldn't also, I don't see us doing much of that. I don't think if I give you a test tube to heat up, I think we're going to heat it up in a hot water bath. I'm not giving y'all open flames. We don't need to play with fire in here. There's other ways of doing things. You don't heat wet glassware. Okay, first aid, injury, burns. Cold water till it's not so sensitive. Cuts, bruises. Don't touch an open wound because blood, among other things, just don't touch it. I don't want your blood everywhere. It's not fun. Let's not give our friends AIDS. Oh, okay. Let's see. What that? Yay, it goes. Okay. So, eyes. Get something in there, flush it immediately, take your contacts out, flush it again. It's several minutes. It's like we have to have you in there for 7 minutes or something like that, 10 minutes to fully flush everything out. Okay, we're done. Lab safety quiz. I don't know if I can I? Ooh, I just moved myself in the middle. Okay, so lab safety quiz. There's a couple on here that I'm not going to count. If you get the paper copy, there's a couple on here I'm not going to count for, because it's either confusing or it doesn't apply to us. Remember, goggles are the only approved eyewear in the lab. If a fire erupts, let me know before you run out of the classroom. Let me know. You never use alcohol or any type of flammable material near an open flame. Let me know if you wear contact lenses. It'll be on this safety sheet that you will get and take home today to get your parents to sign. There is a question on there about contact lenses and if you're colorblind and if you have allergies. Fill those out. I need to know that information. If you don't understand something, feel free to ask. I'd rather ask a million questions than to you screw up lab and potentially harm yourself. All chemical waste should be disposed of according to my instructions. Let me know if you don't finish something and we'll discuss a plan for you to finish it. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to sneak lab materials out of the classroom. I'm going to know y'all aren't that sneaky. Always point a test tube you're heating away from all people. Make sure you use tongs on hot glassware. If you get injured, let me know. That's number one rule, let me know. Always examine glassware for cracks, scratches, dirt, anything like that. Let me know. Personal eyeglasses aren't as good as safety goggles. Long hair must be tied back. Don't wear loose clothing, dangly jewelry, or sandals in the lab. Closed-toed shoes are a must. I will tell you, hopefully ahead of time on lab days, because you got to wear closed-toed shoes. Cause I'd like you to keep all 10 toes intact. Closed-toed shoes are the best shoes. Horseplay is never allowed. If something's not working right, let me know. If an acid is splashed on your skin, always just flush it with water. Don't use soap unless I say so, but always just flush it with water. When you're finished working with stuff, wash your hands, wash your lab station. Number 21, if you get the paper copy, do your best. I'll take that with grace. You don't have to have it memorized. Look around the room. We will count waste disposal containers as trash cans. We don't have a fire alarm in here. Hot glass does look the same as cold glass. All chemicals are to be considered dangerous. You do with unused chemicals, as I tell you, don't return them to their original containers. Work areas are to be kept clean and tidy. You never use a pipette with your mouth. A pipette is like a dropper, like a medicine dropper. You don't put it in your mouth. We already discussed this. Never take anything from the lab. Remember, chipped, cracked glassware is not okay to use. Read all procedures carefully and listen to me. It is correct that all unauthorized experiments are prohibited. If I don't say it's okay, it's not allowed. Okay? You are not allowed in the storage areas or the lab without my permission. I go there, and unless I give you specific instructions to go get something to help me out, you don't go there. We wear lab aprons because I really don't want your clothes getting ruined, and that's that. I don't care if you don't like it. It is what it is. We don't pick up broken glass with bare hands. We don't touch broken glass at all. We let Miss McCann handle it, and we never leave an open flame unattended. Okay, so follow the rest of the instructions. Hopefully I'll write them on the board, and have a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.